Good morning. It's Catherine from My Hillside Garden in Northeast Pennsylvania, Zone 6. We're going to take a short tour around the garden to see what's growing this spring. It's April 17th, and I thought it would be good to do some updates. Here's the carrot bed. You remember we planted that out about 2 weeks ago, and as you can see, yes, there are some of the tender sweet carrots coming up. However, we haven't had any show up yet. Oh wait, maybe, looks like right there, and perhaps over here, we're going to get some lunar white carrots. And what you're looking at now is the French breakfast radishes that we planted at the same time. Our peas are beginning to come up in our container here, and this parade onions look like they're doing great. I don't see any shooting up from the soil yet, but we'll give it another week or so. It did get awful wet when we had those 4 days of rain, so I don't know if the seeds might have gotten too soggy. The cilantro is doing lovely this year. This is the first time I've had such luck with cilantro. It could be because I used fresh seed. Sometimes if you save your seed too long, it doesn't germinate well at all. I also started some bouquet dill, and it looks as if that's beginning to come up. The white Lisbon onions, scallions still, oh wait, maybe I see some right here, and it looks like some right there, so that's good. I'm glad about that. Let's see what else we have on the deck that's growing. There's our French tarragon, still coming up nicely. We have some winter thyme, more French tarragon. Nope, those are shallots, that's right. The shallots look great that we planted last week. And it looks like now there are only 2 that do not have a showing yet, but it's still kind of early. I did plant some Freckles lettuce that I had started in the house in the bottom tray, and the spinach has done nicely. However, I noticed yesterday that the 2 days of over 80-degree weather have caused the spinach to go to seed. So I have picked off some of the leaves already to use for salad this week for my husband for his lunches, and I'll keep an eye on those to try and get the rest when the leaves are a little bit bigger, but hopefully before they bolt too much. I've already taken a harvest of the lettuce that's growing in this gutter garden that we planted, which I was really pleased. I got a nice salad bowl full of lettuce, and hopefully you can see this is what we planted up here. And then I also planted this week, I planted some more seed in that gutter. So things are looking good in the salad area. Here's some, I believe this the winter, let's see, this is why tags are important. And then when you lose them down the side of the container, it doesn't make it easy. Oh, come on, doing it with one hand doesn't make it easy either. Okay, this one is creeping thyme. Then we have winter savory. I don't think our purple sage made it through the winter, so we'll have to put another sage plant in there. And then I'm still waiting on the lemongrass. I haven't given up hope, and it's a little weed there, but I don't see anything that looks like grass shoots yet. So we may have to repurchase this because you can't grow this particular kind from seed. You can only do it from a plant. Now we'll go down, we'll go to the peony garden. That's over here. I put in a variety of lettuces and also some white Lisbon scallions that I had planted in January. They were inside. We have some Walla Walla onions, and there are 2 different kinds of spinach here. And where are the tags? Oh, yep, the tags are there. And I put in a block of Scarlet Nantes carrots. And here are some more parade bunching onions. The parsley is coming up nice. This is its second year, so it will bolt and go to seed, and I'll try to save the seed from that. I don't see any white Lisbons here. I did put out some seeds here last week, and the dill does not look like it's gone yet, but it's still a little early. Here are some chives and some garlic chives, and the oregano has come back fabulously. If you've never grown oregano at home before, you have to do it. It is wonderful fresh in salads and in pasta sauce. Otherwise, you dry it, your house smells wonderful, and then you have spring all summer long, all winter long in your kitchen. These are some of the plants that I took out up by the apple tree, and those, I have the one aster, and the rest are salvia new dimension blue. So those will get transplanted around the yard as I work through figuring out where I would like them to go, and some of them will be shared with my cousin for her garden. And I believe those are asters, and then I have Stella Adoro. I can never say it right. They're those little yellow lilies, and there's a hosta and two coral bells that I found while I was digging through the yard that I think they've made it through, because they do have a little sign of life here and there. So, and same with this one. That last snow that we had so late in March and so much really set some things back. And here is the deck garden. Not very much going on here yet, but there are the peas that we planted. They're still hanging on, and I see some new shoots, so it will be time to put in some more seeds so we have a nice succession. They did get a little wind whipped when we put them out. It was so windy for a few days, I had a sheet covering them to try to cut down on that. Look at that. There's our first potato coming through, and if you look at the soil, there's another bump there. So, potatoes are growing, and I'm so pleased. So I will cover these up with a bit more soil this week, and that way they'll have more room to grow. More lovely potatoes. Okay. Alright. Here's the garlic that overwintered under the cover. And there's some spinach seed that I planted this spring. Here is my quick start cabbage that's gone to seed from the really warm weather. And that's what it looks like. But you know what I find very odd? It almost looks like Brussels sprouts. There's tiny little cabbage sections coming off. I've never seen that before. So I hope to be able to save the seed for this, because we like the quick start cabbage, and it did so well over winter. But it's a really nice cabbage. It's only about 3 pounds. Great for 2 people. We have some carrots, some tatsoi, more carrots. This sage that I planted from seed last year did fine under cover. However, the rosemary, I don't think the rosemary made it, but I've planted some more seed for that. Here's some more spinach. We like spinach. Remember, I said I have a hard time growing it for some reason. This year we're doing well with it. Some of these plants, like the arugula, was in over winter, did wonderful. And this is my 7-top turnip that's also gone to seed. Aren't the flowers lovely? And what's nice about letting your plants go to seed in the spring is they allow the bees to have something to eat, because things aren't always in bloom yet. So the bees have a nice nosh. And there's some scarlet frills mustard. That also overwintered in the tunnel. So this is the walled garden, the 1 bed. And remember, this is the garlic that was under cover all winter. And at the end of the next bed, there's garlic that was out all winter. Here's some Chinese cabbage. and some purple sprouting broccoli that I grew from starts in the house. Then we're going to come over here, and this is the other garlic. This was planted out the same time as the garlic undercover, and it has not grown quite as well. So putting it undercover here in Northeast Pennsylvania does make a difference. While I was cleaning up in the yard, I found transplants galore of bleeding heart, which is one of my favorites, and I've kind of put them in this little shaded area to keep them out of the direct sun and the wind. But they seem to be doing okay. They didn't have flowers on them the other day when I put them over here. It's really a gorgeous plant if you've never grown it. It's a nice shade plant, and the bees just love it. We haven't started any work on the hugel yet, and the 2 bag beds will get sweet potatoes in them, so I haven't done anything up there yet. And in the main garden, all I've really done has been to dig the soil over, pick out some weeds, a couple of columbines that had volunteer planted there, and I moved an anise hyssop. And in the upper bed where the apple tree is, all I've really done is cleaned up and planted the rhubarb in there. Haven't done any other planting. Now let's go over to the currant beds, because I have something exciting to show you over there. In a matter of 2 days, the currant bushes leafed out, and with that bright sun we had, they went to blossom. Now, I'm not sure how well you can see it, but that tiny little flower right there, that's the currant flower. Wait until you see the fruit. See how it hangs off the branches? It's really such a lovely plant. So they'll stay uncovered probably for another week, and then I'll need to cover them over because the birds will begin to go after the fruit once they begin to show fruit. So, but I just wanted you to see how gorgeous those little flowers are. Okay, in the other beds, we've got 3 quick start cabbage here, and they've transplanted very well. There is the Swiss chard. I'm leaving it. It was there over winter, so I know I can keep those in over winter. Here's the Acacia broccoli. That's transplanted very well into this bed. And if you'll notice, I've left 1 square open in each bed at least. Some of them aren't fully planted yet, but there will be a tomato plant in each bed. Here I've planted some carrots, and you can just start to see them coming through. I'm so pleased. We love carrots. Homegrown carrots are the best. Here's some extra onions that I had, Walla Walla and sweet Spanish onions. And up here, these are our wonderful peas that I planted. They'll climb up this little trellis that I have, so that'll be nice. Then undercover, because I'm worried about the birds picking out the seeds just yet, we have some beets that have come through here and some Swiss chard. So I'm very happy over that. As you can see, there has been some digging in this bed, and I don't know if it's from a squirrel or from a toad. We do have a toad in this area, and he tends to dig into the dirt when he hunts for his breakfast. And in this bed, we have some radishes. They've come up very nice. And I'm also doing flat of Egypt beet. We've never done that one before, and I saw it in a catalog, and I thought it would be very interesting to give it a try. So we have those covered over. There's our leeks. They look like they've taken rather well. And here's my other lemongrass. I don't think it survived the winter in the ground either, though it still feels kind of firm, so I'm gonna leave it and see what happens. And see, square foot gardening so easy. Just pull the weeds out if you come to them. So, and for right now, that's my little tour around the garden. So I hope you're having some good weather and getting some of your spring planting in. I hope you'll give me a thumbs up and that you'll subscribe to my channel, and that's something that I've shared hopefully you can use in your garden. Have a great day. Happy gardening.